Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing the sequel to The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, and I literally just finished this book like 5 minutes ago, and wow, I'm mentally dying on the inside. This book just cost me all the feels, like, I can't even, just that ending. What even was that? But this was a really good sequel. It took me a really long time to read because you get to read from Ronan in this book and you don't get to read from him in The Raven Boys. So I had to get used to reading from him in this book because I feel like Ronan's the only person you read from in this book. But I really liked this. It was a really fun sequel. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. It's more like a 4.5 and I give it a 94%. It was really fun, and that's all I can say for the non-spoilery stuff since this is a sequel. So if you haven't read The Dream Thieves or The Raven Boys, which you should read them. I've been marathoning these books. They're so good. But yes, if you haven't read them yet, you don't want to be spoiled, I will leave now. So bye, non-spoilery people. Okay, goodbye. So leave. Okay, so this book. Oh my gosh, where do I even begin? It just caused me a lot of emotions. Like, I was just feeling a lot of things, and words can't describe how I just feel right now. Okay, I feel like I need to talk about the ending right now because that's what I just recently read. And oh my gosh, first off, I can't even believe that Kavinsky died. I just can't get over that fact. Like, I don't like him, but I didn't want him to die. And then the dragon was coming towards them, and it was sulfur, and then he was standing on there, and then, oh, poor Ronan, he was just like, get off the car, Kavinsky, and then, bam, the dragon went through him, and Kavinsky died, because they saw that Propecon dude, and he was in the car, and he was asleep, so that meant, Kavinsky was dead, because I think Propecon actually was a dream thing. That's kind of what I was getting from, because Kavinsky mentioned him at one point about that, so I was just like, okay, that's okay. But yeah, okay, these dream stuff, you know, Ronan can dream things, and oh, it's cool, but at the same time creepy, because then there were those night horrors, and those night horrors reminded me of the Nikovi from Shadow and Bone. I like literally imagined them as that if you've read the Shadow and Bone books. But the night horrors are creepy. Ronan has like nightmares all the time. And I was just like, dude, how do you survive in this? But I found it really interesting though, whenever he was in the forest with the orphan girl. I found that really interesting, and I just wanted the orphan girl to like get out of there. I was just like, go save her. And I was like, is the orphan girl someone we know? Like, at one point I was like, is this Aurora, his mom? And that was really interesting learning about her. And dude, she's a dream thing. Oh my goodness, when they were at the barns and Blue and like Ronan went into her room, and then Blue like said something, and Ronan just kind of realized that his mom was a dream, like his dad dreamed her. I was just like, okay, wait a minute, there are so many girls in the universe that you couldn't have fallen in love with, so you just made one yourself. Like, were you desperate? I don't know. I just find that so weird. But it was so nice in the epilogue. See Aurora come back to life and hugging her sons. Oh, it was so happy. But then we got to 300 Fox Way, and then Mora's missing. Mora is missing, and the scurrying bull was there, and then there was the candle and the note, and it says Glendower's underground, so am I. And I was just like, oh gosh, no. So Mora is missing. So now we have to look for her, and most likely when we find her, Glendower is going to be there. So, okay, I'm kind of confused. So I'm assuming Mora did the ritual. If not, then who would do it? Because Persephone was with Adam in the forest, and then Kala and the Gray Man were just sitting outside waiting for them. So I think they found them first. And speaking of the Gray Man, oh my goodness, okay, the Gray Man, he's kind of your new like villain at first, but he's not really a villain. He's actually a good guy by the end of the book. And at first I didn't like him because, you know, you're getting the impression of he's a hitman, so he kills people for a living. So I mean, when I found that out, I was just like, ooh, no, I ain't gonna like you. And then he wants to find the Grey Warden, and the Grey Warden is Ronan. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't stand the Grey Man. But then the Grey Man met Mora, and oh, they're so cute. I shipped them so hard, and I hated it when the Grey Man left Heredita. I was just like, no, you gotta go back. And he was just like, I want to stay. I want to be with Mora and be at 300 Foxway. And I was just like, then turn your car around and go back. And that's what he's doing, because then his brother was there. And I was kind of, I mean, I wasn't confused, but I just wanted to learn more about his brother and why they didn't like each other. And by the end, I think his brother may have been violent to the Grey Man, maybe, because he was saying stuff about a cut and a blade and scream. So I was just like, was his brother violent or something? I don't know, but his brother's dead now, so it doesn't matter, because the Grey Man was like, if I see my brother, I'm gonna shoot him twice in the head. And then, bang bang, that's what happened. And I was just like, oh, wow, he just murdered his brother. How am I supposed to react? Like, that was me. Like, I have an older sister, and oh, I could never do that. I could never murder my own sister. Like, just thinking about it, I'm just like, I could never do that to her. But good old Grey Man, he can do it because he doesn't like him. And just, I really like the Grey Man, but at the end of the book, he's really funny, sarcastic. Like, he has his own sense of humor, and I love it. And I'm so happy that he's coming back, and I just want him and Mora to be happy. But now we have, of course, obviously, Mora disappears. Like, it's the most ironic thing. And oh my goodness, Gansey and Blue, they caused me too many emotions. And you know, in my Raven Boys book talk, I was like, oh, I think Adam's gonna get heartbroken. That's what happened. And I remember just reading that scene with the fight. I was just like, oh man, I saw this coming. But still, that doesn't mean it's not sad. I just felt really bad for Adam this book. He was just going through a lot. He was having anger issues. And I loved Adam and the Raven Boys. But in this, sometimes I just got annoyed with him. Like, when he yelled at Blue in the beginning, I was just like, excuse me, what are you doing? Like, please stop. You're scaring me and Blue. Like, shut up. And plus, the whole sacrifice the Cape's weird thing was really confusing. But now that makes sense now. Because Persephone helped him. And then they were finding all stones. And then, I don't know, the ending was weird with all the stones. But, you know, we saved the day in the end. So I was just like, it's okay. But, yeah, Adam, I mean, I like Adam now, but just sometimes in this book, I was just like, Adam, I just want to slap you upside the head. But, going back to Gansey and Blue, you guys, that moment when Blue called Gansey and was just like, take me somewhere, and then they were talking, and then Gansey was like, I wish you could be Kenneth Jane, because I would just beg one off of you under all of this. And then Blue was like, we could just pretend just this once, and then we would never speak of it again. And then she put her arms around his neck, and they were just like hugging each other. Oh, it caused me so many emotions. But it was so beautiful. And then it was just awkward between them, because then they were at the Pleasant Valley bed and breakfast, and it seemed like Blue was mad at Gansey, but she wasn't, because she couldn't just stop thinking about what had happened between them. And oh, I just need them together because they're so cute. Just, that's her true love, and just, I want them together. I'm really excited to read Blue Lily, Lily Blue, because I know that's going to cause me all the Blue Antsy fields. What's their ship name? Blue Antsy? It's something like that. But, oh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know, a lot of people on Tumblr like ship Adam and Ronan, and you know, in like book 1, I was just like, I don't see how people ship this. But then you get to book 2, and then when Ronan in like the epilogue was like talking about Adam and then talked about his face, I was just like, dude, do you have a crush on him or something? I don't know. I think the Ronan and Adam ship is gonna start sailing, and Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and that's exciting because I think Adam and Ronan would be really good to each other because they're like opposites, and you know, opposites attract, so I think that would really work out really well. And it was really interesting about how I definitely think throughout this story, Ronan's like sexuality was definitely discussed, because Kavinsky was always just like, oh, are you gonna go back to Gansey and go make out or something? And you know, I kind of thought Kavinsky at one point was gay for Ronan, just saying, I could totally see it when they're like hanging out, like when they were in their field in Mitsubushi's, I don't know how to pronounce that car name, and they were shirtless and just taking pills. I was just like, you guys, okay, two normal guy friends don't do this. This is obviously like gonna turn into something, but I can't go over the fact that Kavinsky's dead. I mean, I didn't like him, but like he made the story really interesting, and that's why I like. I was about to say I liked him, but I don't know. He just made the story much more exciting because he's one exciting person, because, you know, he'd be taking drugs and drinking beer and smoking and having sex with people, and I'm just like, wow, living the life, man, because that's so great. Not really, it's not great, but, what else do I have to talk about this? Oh, just this book, it caused me a lot of feelings, and my mind's just so jumbled about it. Like, I don't know what to talk about. And this book took me 50 million years to read. Almost took me 2 weeks because it took me forever to get used to Ronan, because he's very different from everyone else. He's dark and scary, and I'm now used to him. And I really like reading from him. But, oh, I'm so scared to read Blue Lily Lily Blue, because I'm just like, this book caused me so many emotions. And I know Blue Lily Lily Blue is gonna cause me all the feels, and just, oh my gosh. And then the Raven King's gonna come out at the end of April, you guys. I'm not mentally prepared, but yeah, I think those are my overall thoughts and feels on the Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. If you like this book talk, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to watch more book talks from me, you can click the subscribe button down below. And I'm Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then, so goodbye, yo!